Righto, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this episode. Whatever number it is, it's a special because we're really, really privileged to be involved with an absolute superstar called Arlene Blencowe. She's an absolute legend. If you don't know who she is, you're not paying attention, and apparently not as many people in Australia are paying attention as much as they should be. But what we've also got is we've got a team of guys here that have jumped on board, along with myself and a couple of other businesses that couldn't make it this morning to try and support Arlene in her, well, she's going for the world title, ladies and gentlemen. Bellator Women's Featherweight MMA champion against possibly the most decorated woman in MMA fighting history, Cris Cyborg. Thanks for coming on board, guys. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Guys, how are we?
Thanks for having us, man.
Mate, look, it's really great. Obviously, I'm fairly new to Team Arlene, just 2020. She caught my attention. But we have King here from Three Kings. We have Daniel and Bianca from Bougie. We've got Alan Haggerty from Glass Fencing. These guys have all been contributing and supporting Arlene for a period of time. And I thought it would be a really cool opportunity for you guys to sort of give a bit of a spiel about who you are, what your business does, of course, because that's part of it. And then the other key area will be, what made you want to support Arlene and go from there. So, does anybody want to specifically go first?
Apparently not Alan, he's just bailed.
He hates the camera.
Don't let me go first. No one else will get a go.
Yeah. I'll go first if you want. I'll be nice and if you don't know how to talk on camera, I'm like this fella. All right, so I'm Kingy, Ryan. My name's Ryan. I run a business financial advisor firm called Three Kings.
Slow down, Ryan. Slow down,
mate, don't tell me how to do my spiel. Come on, man. So I've known Arlene for some time. I used to train way back at Lions, but she never knew who I was. She knew who my dad was because dad's like Dan, he won't shut up, so he'll talk to everyone in the gym. But I was just a quiet fella that used to just rock up to Lions and train on the side and do my thing. So I've been following Arlene for some time. She's quite inspirational for me as talking 14, 15, growing up. I'd see her come and I thought, and this was before women's MMA was anything really, even anyone batted an eyelid at it, which was amazing. And when she was boxing, and she'd come down and just I'd see her kids. More recently, I'd see her kids sort of sitting there doing doing homework while she was training. And then I found out recently on our podcast that she was coming from Port Macquarie, and so that made it even heavier. But I've been following Arlene since then. Knowing she was a bit of a weapon, you should see her spar with the boys and stuff. And I thought, shit, don't get me in there. That's a bit much for me. But yeah, and then I started my business last year, and I've been big avid fan of the fight game, especially the West Sydney. I grew up in West Sydney myself. Been a big avid fan. The boys Bam, Ty, and Tyson, and Arlene, and around the Tahuna boys as well, following them, training with them, and then this year we got in a position and. I watched Arlene's last bit of a win streak, which I was pretty pumped about, and she got the fight for Cyborg, which we got the exclusive on Wealth Cartel on our podcast, which was amazing. And the opportunity came up, to sponsor her, and I've been trying to sponsor fighters for ages, and Arlene's been someone on my radar, being a supporter of hers for a long time and a big fan, and we're in the position to do so. And so when this come up this time around for this camp, we were pumped. I couldn't. Not only as a fighter, I think I couldn't imagine having anyone better to align my brand with as a person. And I knew Arlene was a good person just from meeting her and knowing who she is and seeing her around. But on the podcast we got her and just the way she spoke. And, I've been hanging my ass out trying to get her some more coverage across general media because women need to know who this lady is. Like she's a weapon and just an inspiration to people, but women especially on what she's done. And I couldn't think of anyone better to align my brand through, whether she was fighting for the world title or not. I had to get on board because, she's a really good person and an inspiration to all.
Mate, 100%. And so your brand, Three Kings, mate, here's an opportunity. What is it you guys really do? What do you focus on? Because we know Arlene's a legend. I'm pretty sure by the end of this live stream, we're all going to be pretty well telling you how wonderful she is.
We might be offered by the end of the live stream the amount we're going to talk, right? We might have enough of her.
Yeah, that was on. That's what it's all about. But what does Three Kings do, mate? Why should people contact you and sort of jump on board with you guys? What do you do? What are you all about? I figure if we
Yeah,
get all why not?
Yeah, easy, mate. Yeah, so we're a financial advice company. We're a bit different. We're a bit cutting edge. From the West, we try and line our brand out that way. From our target market is kind of the young hustlers or go-getters, people who don't want excuses, people who want to, people who are willing to do what needs to be done to get to where they want to be, really. And we don't pull punches. We're pretty savage. You can ask Acco. Acco is a client of ours. We're pretty straightforward. We tell you what needs to be said, and we don't hold back. So. We're a bit cutting edge. Our whole thing isn't about we're fully against making money for the sake of making money, which is what most people think financial advisors are about. We're all about making sure you can balance living today to the fullest while planning for tomorrow as well, because we don't, people who live on noodles saving for 20 years down the track, you're not guaranteed to be alive then even to enjoy it. So we like to make sure our clients are having the best of the ability to have fun and spend. We don't mind our clients spending a bit of coin if it's what makes them happy, as long as they're looking after tomorrow as well, which goes against the grain for what most advisors do. But yeah, that's what we're about. A bit of a cutting edge, new age, new thinking, financial advisory or wealth management firm. Just trying to make people live today while looking after tomorrow at the same time.
Mate, that sounds pretty cool. So anybody who is watching it needs a bit of financial advice, jump on for Three Kings. Have a look. Ask for Ryan. He's the main man over there. You might have
maybe follow my Instagram first to make sure you don't get offended too easily, because it does happen.
I figure anybody who watches me is not the easily offended type. That's true. I'm usually upsetting people left, right, and centre. It's like a hobby of mine. So, mate, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm glad to have met you. Obviously, Arlene is really glad to know you. Anybody who's not quite sure, behind Ryan there on the wall is some Angerfist gear. So, there's some T-shirts, hats, jumpers, all that sort of stuff. You can buy that. And I imagine if you're not sure where to find it, I'm sure we'll work out some links in the descriptions. But if not, reach out to any of the guys you see on here or myself, and we'll try and point you in the right direction to get some Arlene Angerfist gear and get behind her as much as you can. So, all right, Ryan, thanks, mate. Let's give Alan a burst because he keeps tuning in and out. I'll unmute you, mate.
What's going on here?
Go for it, Alan. Tell us all about who you are, AH Glass Fencing. Tell us what you do. Tell us why you like Arlene. And tell us why you keep tuning in and out of the stream and leaving and coming and going, mate.
He's still muted.
Still muted? He's muted himself again.
Hang on. How I met up sitting at Zoo Fitness Cryo, and this girl sits next to me, and she says she was talking about Bellator or something. Have I ever watched the fights and blah blah blah. Anyway, we're just sitting there talking for a while, and I'll send me a message, send me something. I looked at that stage. I only knew Arlene as a fighter. I didn't know her as a person. So she probably, as I was telling you before, she probably started me sponsoring sport people and sports clubs. Like I sponsor Arlene as my main one. Even playing soccer recently, but a few other people where I can. However, but what drew me to Arlene is actually the person she is outside of sport. She's probably one of the most humble, dedicated, super mum. She's just got it all. And to me, someone who has given up so much in her life to be where she is today deserves every bit of support any business can give her. My young bloke's a fighter. He's lucky. He's got people to look up to like Tyson Pedro. Jamie's become one of my good mates in the last 6 months. I'm a massive fan of UFC, Bellator. I don't miss any of it. Can't fight for shit, but I love it. I love the sport. And I love people like Arlene, Jamie. That's just something I've probably, and she's probably helped me in a lot of aspects. And every day I get up, and every day now I go to the gym, and every day I bust my ass at work. And if people, if a normal person can become a superstar like Arlene, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean someone who's given everything, and I can assure you, when she fights on Friday, Cyborg's in for a big shock. For me, I'll keep probably sponsoring Arlene until the day she says she retires. You know, she doesn't probably even have to ask me. When she come into my office this time and asked me, was I going to come? Well, it was I was always going to be her sponsor. This is actually is it third fight, Arlene? Is it third fight or fourth fight in a row? Third.
Where's my camera?
You're unmuted.
Fourth.
We're on a win streak.
Undefeated since AH Glass became a sponsor. Yeah, I know that's right. 4 wins. But yeah.
Can you sponsor my business?
Oh, is Alan frozen there? I think he's frozen there. I no doubt he'll reboot in a sec. Looks like Jordan's joined us.
He just really wants to hit that post home.
Yeah. Hey Jordan, thanks. Nice to see you, mate. What we'll do is we'll fly back to Alan when he comes on. I might start with Jordan. We'll swap across here to Jordan because Dan's asked to go last. Hey Jordan, how you going, mate?
Good. How you guys doing? Sorry, bit late to join the party. I'm a creature of habit.
It almost looks like there's a bit of a uniform for men who support Arlene Blencowe. We've all got to have semi-beards, most of us wearing baseball caps. I don't know, is that something you look for in a sponsor, Arlene, or what?
No.
I'm not letting you he's not wearing a baseball cap. Mate, so Jordan Sullivan, you're a dietitian. You've got a little business that's been 100% behind Arlene. Really appreciate you coming on board and helping out. Mate, tell us a bit about you, tell us about your business, tell us why you've supported Arlene, and tell us how life the business did, Billy, because that's really expertise.
The audio is a bit crackly. I think I caught most of that, but I run a business called The Fight Dietitian. So it's a dietetics company that specializes in performance nutrition for combat sports. So we took on Arlene. So at the moment, personally, I don't really take on new clients, but Arlene works with one of my close colleagues, Mia Orney, down at Ethos Performance. So where I kind of specialize is like more of the top end elite level guys that come through the company. And Arlene definitely fit the bill. So it's as good as a spot as that we are in, we do turn away a lot of business, but you can't really turn away someone when they're as high level as Arlene. So she's been like really good to work with. She's really responded to the programs well, and it's been really good. But TFD is just all about it's a nutrition company for elite level combat athletes, essentially.
It's pretty impressive. We'll put all the links for everybody's businesses in the description as well. If we can help share the people who are supporting Arlene, well, why not? I think that's almost a mandatory minimum in 2020. So, mate, as far as supporting Arlene goes, she's followed the program. Where does she go from here? She was saying earlier she's got to drop 2 kilos. What's the strategy?
Well, hopefully we'll drop a bit more. What time is it where you are, Arlene, now? You're in the nighttime, hey? Oh, she's muted. But, so essentially what we've done all week is what we call our fight week strategy. So the weeks leading up is Arlene's following a program. She's with Paul Epsy at Athletes Nutrition, who I kind of send him numbers and bug him every week, and he makes all the meals according to the numbers. And Arlene obviously just eats that with her training. So we've kind of gone through our weight descent phase, which is the weeks leading up to what we call this fight week. And then fight week, we use strategies which we call acute weight loss strategies, which is essentially it's a nerdy way of saying fake weight loss strategy. So what we do is we manipulate fluid within the body. And so Arlene kind of comes in at, this weight here. And then throughout the week, we'll do things like pull away carbohydrates, we'll reduce salt, we'll increase her water intake to get her kidneys to push out more fluid. And what that does is, we say trick, but it's not necessarily tricking your body, but it allows your body to push a bit more extra fluid out than what, us guys just sitting around eating pies and drinking Coke all day would. But what that allows us to do is to lose up to about, anywhere between 5 to 10% of body weight, which where we're at now, we're pretty close. We're only like at 2 kilos or so off, 2.5 kilos off, where, come 12 hours out, we'll be even less. So yeah, light little hit out or a little sweat out in the sauna, and then we're basically on weight. And then what you do after that weigh-in period is you put everything back in that we took out. So we're replacing the fluid, we're replacing the carbohydrates that we took out, replacing the sodium. Then Arlene comes back in, and if all goes to plan, we come back in at that weight that we started the week at, feeling 110%.
Yeah, right. A lot of science in it, mate, and there's no doubt about it. According to Arlene, you do an excellent job, so we'll keep you. How does that sound?
Yeah. If I pass, that's okay.
Oh no, look, I'm just really thrilled to see that somebody like Arlene, who I had the pleasure of meeting early on in the year, is just she's got really great people around her, not only experts but business people who just want to support her. I think it's fantastic. So we might jump straight over to Alan again, who froze before. We'll better give him a finishing run, and we'll go from there. Unmute Alan.
Sorry about that, guys.
There you go, Alan.
Out.
Back again, mate.
G'day, back. Yeah, so just a little bit about our business. It's just we were predominantly a glass company. Does pool fencing, balustrating, all that sort of stuff. But this year we expanded. We have a shop on Bat Street and a manufacturing factory as well behind us. And we make all like aluminium slats, louvers, privacy screens, all that sort of stuff. So literally more headaches. But we're very, very family business. Like my sister-in-law, my sister, my brother, two best mates, my brother's two best mates, and then another two young kids. They all work for us. So there's much people that work here that are not family. All I can say is good luck to Arlene. I've been happy to support you for the last 3-4 fights, whatever it was. I've never seen you lose. I don't think you've got it in you, to be honest. No matter what, you're a winner, and just go out there and smash your head in. That's all I can say. But good luck.
Hey man, doesn't get much better than smash her head in. I'm all for it. I mentioned to Arlene earlier on tonight that she was paying $7.50 yesterday on Sportsbet. She's already down to $6 something. So they might be starting to go, oh, hang on a minute, hold back. It's going to be funny when she sorts this fight out. And I did put some dollars on it, Arlene. So I actually mortgaged the house so I can bet on you. No, I didn't really. I didn't go that far. I'm crazy, not that crazy. So next up, we've got Daniel and Bianca. Obviously, Daniel's here solo, but he's from being bougie. So you'll need to unmute yourself, mate, and give us a lead in. It's not letting me do it, apparently. There you go.
Hey, guys. How are we? B couldn't be here today. She's a little bit excited. We're picking up a new car today, so she's getting herself all ready for that. We're aiming, if Arlene wins, they will pay the car, so we're good. No, we are sorry she couldn't be here today. She had a few things on with the kids and stuff like that. But on behalf of being bougie, I want to say thank you for letting us come on board. It's a little bit of a funny story with us and Arlene. Actually, we started sponsoring Arlene through a separate company. And then through COVID, we actually lost those companies. But due to the fact that we were so keen on sponsoring Arlene, we pretty much were going to sponsor her personally without the brand name at all. We were just going to sponsor her as people just because we believe in her and we'll follow on her story. And then we decided that this is being bougie is my wife's new little brand that she's got going on. She wants to hopefully enterprise it one day and have it as a large scale brand. But at the moment, it's pretty small. She sells everything really. She does candles and diffusers and stuff for your cars, and she's also running a beauty company through the same name as well. She's quite busy. She's a bit of a hustler. She's she works her ass off, so it's pretty good. And she's what better way to align a brand than with probably Australia's #1 women's athlete at the moment in the world. I think it's pretty unfair in my opinion as to see what accolades some people get in regards to rugby league players going and fighting each other and making these mega dollars when you've got a supreme athlete ready to go and fight probably the baddest bitch in the world and knock her out and no one knows about it. So that's why we got on board, man, because we feel we believe in her and more so as a person than anything. But yeah, we met. We actually met. I was probably about 16 beers deep at a music at a bit of a music party called Lakeside Long Lunch, and I was blind. I was sort of there with a few mates, and I said, Arlene, I'll sponsor you, and I think she just thought I was a dickhead. And then I called her the next week, and we had a chat, and we've had a few chats, and since that time that I actually first met Arlene and moved forward, I feel like she's had a big impact on us and our life and our progression, because she's very inspiring. So we've managed to grow a lot since I think that was about probably 18 months ago that we met, or 2 years ago, and since then we've really boosted ourselves as well. So yeah, man, I couldn't think of a better person to sponsor. I'm a little bit similar to Alan. I now sponsor a cricket club as well, and I get involved, and Ryan and I are looking at sponsoring potentially one of the other boys that fights out of comes out of Mir's gym as well. He's only a young dude, but he's got a long way to go. But we sort of sponsored Arlene off a mindset and who she was, as opposed to where she was going. And we did know about the Cyborg fight possibly on the horizons, but I would have sponsored her if she was fighting in the backyard, to be fair. So I can't wait, mate. I can't wait to see it. I'm fucking spewing. I'm not over there, to be fair. The first thing we spoke about when I started telling her I was going to sponsor her was the minute she got that title fight, we were going to fly over with her. We were going to be there for the after party, and it's just shattering that we can't be there. But at the same time, I'm pretty grateful that from Bellator, I think Arlene would be pretty grateful that they've given her the fight. I'm sure there would have been easier people to line Cyborg up with during this pandemic. I think they would have been able to grab someone from the States, chuck them in, fill in, and make some money, whereas I think they've done the right thing here and they've grabbed the right girl to fight it. So I think everyone's sick of seeing Cyborg go out there and do what she does, and I think she's met a match, so good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely. Bellator have moved mountains to get me over here. Even just being over here, realising like how big of a deal it is that they've flown me and my corners over here to America, because it's crazy over here at the moment. It's if not worse than what you sort of see on the news. The airport, it's very, very crazy. So the fact that I'm over here in the middle of a pandemic, fighting for a world title, it's really, really big, and it did hit home when I was sort of at the airport and sitting there and realising that shit, I'm over here and it's happening. All this talk, we've been talking about it all year, and finally it's coming to fruition. Like, I'm here and I'm 2 days out from getting the job done.
And I love the way every time I hear you talk, I'm just going to get the job done. I'm just going to do it. There's no hesitation. It's absolutely brilliant, mate. And this is why I think everybody in this chat did a bit. There's a couple of other sponsors of yours that I just want to mention who could make it. Who's that scratching? Is that mine? That's all right. So there's a couple of other sponsors that, and I'll let Arlene elaborate on them, plus some other coaches, of course. So Muscle Bros, Southland East Estate Agents, and we've also got Compliant Cladding. There are three other sponsors, and then via myself, we've got Home Cafe down in Wollongong that have sort of been doing everything they can. I think Arlene's just rebooting to get her audio sorted. But so there are a couple of extra sponsors who aren't here on the stream this morning. So, but I'm sure Arlene would like to thank them as well as soon as she's back on. Guys, is there, while we wait, here she comes, she's back.
Oh, I think I'm back. Sorry.
You back? Oh, that's all right.
Is it crackling for everyone else, or is it just me at my end?
It's just when there's a couple of mics on mute. You got to turn everyone when you're speaking. Everyone else has to be on mute.
Oh, the expert. Thank you. Oh, okay, that's better.
That's better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, I just mentioned Muscle Bros, I mentioned Home Cafe, I mentioned Southland Estate Agents and Compliant Cladding. I don't know if any of you guys want to give those guys a plug, if you're familiar with them or not. Arlene, I don't know if you want to. I can plug Home Cafe, which is sort of part of my little world and business world down in Balgownie, North Wollongong. Just fresh, vibrant food, all that sort of stuff in a nice little setting. And me and my business partner down there was sort of jumping at the bit to get behind Arlene as soon as we had an opportunity. with what we do through this TV project. Does anyone want to talk about Muscle Bros, South Winds Estate Agents or Compliant Trading? That might be up to you, Arlene, to give us a bit of a rundown on who they are.
Okay, I'm back, I think.
She's back. There, no, is she there? Oh, it looks like
She's
some
on
connection.
mute. She's just on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah, no, she seems to be tapping in a little bit and tapping back out a bit. How do you blokes feel about the $7.50 betting odds? Anyone got any thoughts on that?
I tried to drop a little bit of money on there yesterday, and they wouldn't. You can't ask me these questions while my financial advisor's on the same chat.
I went to put a few $100 on the process, and I was told, no, sorry, we're not accepting that bets that big on this particular fight yet.
I think we went down to 625 because I got on at 750.
Yeah, I got on at 750 as well. So,
Hey, gentlemen, sorry, I'll just have to bounce my 8:30s here, and I've just got to jump in with them. But lovely to meet you guys. All the best, eh?
Thank you. All right. And Arlene, let's hope she's back.
I'm back.
Jordan said to say goodbye.
Oh, okay, bye, Jordan. He's gone.
So, mate, those couple of sponsors, do you want to give them a plug?
Sorry?
You want to give those extra couple of sponsors that couldn't make it this morning a bit of a plug?
Oh, definitely. So Muscle Bros is my longest running sponsor. They've been on board for years and years now. So they are a supplement company. They provide all protein powders, amino acids, all that sort of stuff. And they do a clothing line too. So I'm trying to think. Sorry? Oh, yeah. Sorry. To my partner talking in the background. Yeah, I've been on board with them for years now, and they pretty much dress me with all my clothes. But yeah, really, really close with those guys. We've had got a really good relationship. Ty and Tyson are also sponsored by them. They've got a few other local athletes on board, but we're the three main fighters on their roster, I guess. What are the other two? Sorry, Southlands Real Estate.
Southlands Real Estate and it was a Victorian Cladding.
Yeah, so they're the newest. So Southlands Real Estate, a real estate agent in Southlands Penrith, Ali. He jumped on board. He looks after and supports a lot of the local shows, so Gladiators, that's run by Tama. He jumps on board and supports a lot of the local fighters in town and the fight shows and that. So yeah, they obviously sell properties and rent properties out. So yeah, they've come on board for this fight. And the last one, they actually came on board yesterday. So my manager in Australia, he messaged me, so yeah, they've come on board and want to support me sort of last minute coming into the fight. So super stoked. I've yet to do an introduction with them personally, but obviously I'm just super grateful, like always, for everybody that supports me, obviously both financially and for everybody else behind the scenes too that support me with products and services too. This fight is the first time that I haven't put all the businesses on my fight logo because it just wasn't enough room, and I also wanted to give my financial sponsors a bit more of a plug than so everybody else. But yeah, there's a lot of companies in the background that provide me with all my recovery, physios, chiros, acupuncturists, masseuses, the cryo fitness in Penrith where I met Al for the first time that does the cryo therapy, services. I've got heaps on board, which if I go through them, I know I'm going to forget somebody, and then I'll be kicking myself.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll forgive you. Mate, is there any coaches or anybody?
Water.
Yeah. Blame COVID and blame whatever. It's all good. It's either COVID or it's jet lag, whatever. No problem. You got more important things to worry about. You got to fight with. Mate, any coaches you want to call out?
Yeah, so I'm over here at the moment, obviously with my partner who corners me, and then Tyson Pedro. He's my corner for this fight. He does a lot behind the scenes with me as well. But for the most part, my head coach James Tahuna, he was unfortunately able to come over with me. So yeah, shout out to him. My long-term wrestling coach Avatar Desi, he was actually on the phone to me this morning, but yeah, he's done a lot for me over the years, and yeah, the reason that why my wrestling is at the level that it is now. Once I came to terms with the fact that I was actually going to have to learn the sport and appreciate the hard work and the grind. But Mia Orney, my strength and conditioning coach, he's done a lot with me over the years too. And then Jordan said, he's aligned with him. So he's Mia's the reason Jordan came, I came on board and brought Jordan on board to do my nutrition, and he's just been that person that sort of stepped me up and been more professional in all areas of my fighting and training, and more so my recovery and my diet and sleep and everything like that. So he's the guy that makes sure that I keep on top of everything. My striking coach, Glenn Baragry, he's this is the first fight camp that I've worked with Glenn, and he has pushed me in his shed of pain with vomit sessions, I call them. But yeah, he's tested me and pushed me to the very, very dark ends of my training, and it's exactly what I need for this fight, because if it goes into deep water, I know that I'll be able to swim there.
What about the experience of
Go, Dan, go.
what about the experience of being able to fight? What about the experience of being able to fight the Volk? What did that do for your confidence leading into something like this? Like being able to train with Volkanovski and someone of that caliber, like right now being a champion in his stacked weight. What did that do for you? How did you feel about that?
Oh man, well that's it. You can't get any better than training with the UFC featherweight world champion. Like, he's the pinnacle of the featherweight division for male and female. So he was awesome. He's just a champion of a guy too, and they're the types of people that I like to align with. And that's my whole philosophy for Team Angerfist in general, which goes from my coaches and training partners, my sponsors, even my fan base. I've got awesome fans too, but just going to a gym down there with Joe and Alex and his whole team, they're a really good bunch of people, and they welcome me, and yeah, I'd go down there and they changed their whole their training session multiple times, because they knew I was coming down to work for me, work on me and what I needed. So yeah, super grateful, and yeah, definitely glad that I aligned with him for this fight camp.
Mate, that's I'm in awe of everything you've done since I've been watching you, mate. I think you're an absolute superstar. Is there anything you really want to push, or anything you want to say to whoever we're watching? Because I'm going to say something to the mainstream media and to Australia that hasn't woken up on this girl yet. You guys missed the boat. Don't come back to the blokes in this chat later on and go, oh, well, we really wish we'd known, because you should have woken up earlier. I wish I'd woken up earlier, because I would have liked to be supporting you in earlier fights as well. I think you're an absolute legend as a person and as a fighter. So I'm sitting here absolutely rooting for you to knock the shit out of Cyborg. I think you're more than capable, and I'm no fight expert, but I did actually predict Danny Green knocking out Roy Jones Jr. in the first round when they fought. So I've got a bit of form on me, so feel free to do that.
That was fake. That was fake, Dean. That was fake. That was the fakest shit I've ever seen.
I won some money on it, so I don't really care, mate. It was just good to see it happen. Arlene, the floor is yours, mate. Let's wind up with whatever you want to say. You're the superstar, mate. You're 2 days out from fight camp. We love you to bits. We want everybody else to love you to bits. Go for it. It's yours.
No, thank you. I just want to say a big thank you, obviously, to all you guys who it's especially during these times, and I've said it before, in posts when I've tagged you, is that these are like rough times for a lot of businesses at the moment. And when I got matched for this Cyborg fight, the first thing I thought was like, it's going to be tough with sponsorship. And I hate talking about money, and I've had that same conversation with all of you when we were talking about sponsorship. For you guys to give money out of your pocket, like, it's out of your businesses, but that money, it's money that's getting taken away from your family. And yeah, it means a lot for you guys to, support me in a sense, and yeah, back me the way that you do. It means a lot, and it's very, very appreciated. And yeah, when I win this world title and things blow up and all of a sudden everybody wants to come on Team Angerfist, then yeah, it's obviously I'm not going to turn them away, but yeah, I'm not going to forget you guys. And the same thing. That's why, loyalty is a big thing, and being grateful and everything like that. And yeah, I'll always be the person that I am. Things won't ever change. So yeah, I'm just super grateful and glad that I was able to meet you guys and have you guys come on board.
Sounds good. Anything you want to say, Ryan, before we all tune out, mate?
No, I just can't wait, Arlene. I can't wait. And when it does blow up, don't worry, I'll get in touch with Zen, and we'll me and him will make sure that the sponsorship arrangements are more appropriate for your new level of media coverage.
Thank you.
And good luck. You're not going to need it, but
Yeah,
get out
awesome.
there, and
Thank you.
I can't wait.
Best of skill, you say to a fighter, not luck.
I know it's
Best
the
of
same.
skill. Isn't that what you use, Arlene?
It is best of skill, but yeah, we'll just get it out and get it done.
Roll it all into one, and bring home that big gold belt, mate. Bring home that big gold belt. We look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks for joining us again. We're actually, after this ends, there's actually going to be a day in the life of Training Arlene video uploaded just behind it. That you did with you training.
Yeah.
And let's look. I'm pumped for Friday. We're about Friday at 1 o'clock. Everyone have a great day. Arlene, best of luck.
Thanks again, guys. Thanks for jumping on.
See you, mate. Go.
Bye.
Well, lads.